So, I just arrived in Gold Coast, got off the plane, and lo and behold, the Greens have strong armed Labor to make a shit budget even shitter. Lord have mercy, I do not understand what the ethos is here. What are they thinking? There's a 1% occupancy rate. I love that they're incentivizing new builds by applying negative gearing to new builds only. That makes sense for my business. It's actually really good for my business because we specialize in new build, investment properties, off the plan stuff, all that sort of jazz. We're helping people get into the property market. We do that. That's a win. But I am incensed and upset, first and foremost, that all the benefits they gave to the elder generation of Australians, the opportunity to create wealth from property and even to an extent from business, has now been eradicated in the name of supporting young Australians. The way they're supporting young Australians is by stopping the opportunities that the elder generation had to progress wealth and grandfathering those who made their wealth as they should. It makes perfect sense that the reason why they purchased and how they've done their budget allowed for their negative gearing component and their CGT for their retirement, the concessions there. Of course they shouldn't change it. It should be grandfathered. And now, with extremely knowledgeable help of the Greens, they've said no more property purchases in self-managed super fund. No limited recourse borrowing. I represent my clients. My clients' only goal is to buy a property, to enter the property market where they can or can't get involved. 40% of those people who can't buy a property in their name buy a property in their super because, ladies and gentlemen, the people with the most amount of super are actually everyday working Australians who've been receiving PAYG for the last 30 or 40 years. They've decided they can't afford one in their name for where they want to live, so they want to buy an asset so they have something to pass down to their children when they hit retirement, when they pass away. That was their goal and their ambition. There goes the ambition. There goes the goal. And forget about the fact that I also represent the clients who are renters wanting to be homeowners. Guys, just because you want to be a homeowner doesn't mean you can't be, which means we need rental properties. If you stop self-managed super funds from buying properties, if you stop investors from buying residential properties, the occupancy rate is already sitting at 1%. 1%. What do you think is going to happen to renters? Where are they going to live? It's going to be like South Africa when I visited there, when there was tents all on the side of the road. Where are these people going to live? Do the Greens and the Labor government actually think just because investors aren't rocking up to an auction that would instantly mean that first home buyers will buy that house? Sorry, they're only buying at the bottom of the market in the entry level areas. They're not going to buy the $3 million place in Strathfield and rent it out at $1,400 a week. They're not going to buy the place in the city and rent it out. No, they're going to live in it, which means all the renters are screwed because the renters don't have A, the deposit, B, the means and income, C, the stability of where they want to live. They're just moving out of their house, for crying out loud, just starting their careers. The economy of decision is gone. All they have is to live with their parents forever and then maybe one day hope their parents die with the asset they own today because they made their wealth already. I don't understand it. I think it's ridiculous. I think they've all got rocks in their head. I'm not political. I don't give a shit, liberal, Labor, or whatever it is. But it just needs to have a little bit of logic. And it's basically saying to everyone, I do not want you to succeed in Australia. Your parents did, your grandparents did. They grew here and they built their wealth here. But you, young individual, get stuff, sit in the corner and rely on us. 18% of the population in Australia now is working for the government. And I will tell you now, personally, my friends, 30 different business owners who I know, who employ over 1,600 Australians each collectively, are saying, I'm out of here. I'm going to pay my CGT on the way out of my company that's worth $12 million. I'll pay my share of tax on that. But I'm leaving because I feel that from that $12 million, my company is going to be worth $400 million, and I don't want one more dollar to come here. Because I'm vilified on the press, in the media, as an animal, even though I work my ass off day and night to create something. I pay my staff first and myself second. This give economy where the government just takes and pisses it up a wall and gives no opportunity has to end. This is getting ridiculous. Otherwise, every single person who's looking to make a difference, make a change is going to leave. And we can say bon voyage to them. Bon voyage to our jobs, our rents, our opportunities, all gone, just so we can pay more in ill-spent taxes.